performances from other athletes. I've been retired for 6 years now, so for me, it feels normal now to be on this side of the track rather than running. It was very hard for a while, but this role it's a huge honour, and it's once in a lifetime chance that I'll get to do this, and I'm embracing every moment of it. Well, those silver medals that I had won meant the world to me. My first one in Beijing was something that I didn't think was possible. You know, I was 21 and in an Olympic final, and that was huge. And then to come away with a medal, it felt like winning gold. Another silver at the World Championships in 2013, and I came off 2 hamstring tears leading into those World Championships. So for me to be able to get back and still produce at a very, very high level under not great circumstances made me feel really proud of my ability, and gave me even more confidence moving forward through my career as well. Yeah, so for me, I had to really balance my speed and my rhythm. So I was very, very fast over the flat sprints, but I couldn't seem to be able to put that speed into the hurdling. So there was lots of playing around with my technique to be able to get the rhythm that I needed. But you can only get that rhythm when you have confidence. So subconsciously, people are scared. Your body awareness is telling you there is a barrier there, we need to jump over it. But to be able to do that without fear is a whole different ball game. And when you start to learn that and start to embrace your speed and start to embrace the rhythm of hurdling, you realize, actually, this isn't so hard. It's more mentally that it's stopping me from getting over the hurdles faster than what I have been doing previously. Define it. It's very different for everyone. So it's like, okay, how do you compare Usain Bolt to somebody else? Usain Bolt didn't look like he was in the zone, did he? He was, playing it up. He was a character, but maybe that's his way of being in the zone. For me, on the outside, I looked quite sort of serious and straight and very tunnel vision. But on the inside, I was embracing everything. I felt like I was doing a dance inside. So I was containing all of my nerves and my excitement, but really feeding off the crowd. So I'm bringing and absorbing their energy into my body, because I'm very much of an athlete that if I feel good, then I know I'm going to run well. And so that's what I really had to try and embrace a lot of. And that's when I got into the zone. If I could feel inside that I was a rock star, then I knew I was going to run well, and that's when I was in the zone. I think in 2017 in particular, it was after 2 years of serious injuries, and a lot of people probably thinking that I was done, my career was over. But for me, I knew that I wasn't done. I started coaching myself for those World Championships, and that was a really scary process for me, because I didn't know if I could coach an elite athlete. So you kind of have to wear 3 hats. Like you're wearing the athlete, the coach, and then you as a person. And they were really hard to understand sometimes, like all the voices in your head. And so there was a lot of doubt there, self-doubt, that I could do this or not. But I just had to keep trying to believe in myself, and just kept taking one step at a time, taking one session at a time. And when I knew a year out that I could win if I could plan it right and if I could race. I didn't win any race in Europe leading up to those World Championships. But I still believed that I could win the World Championships. I just knew that I could, because I had the experience, I'd been there before. And when I get to a big stage like this, I really step up my ability to perform. And when I crossed that finish line, yes, I was happy and excited, but the feeling that I was feeling was proud that I had done this. I had written out this schedule for me to be in the best shape possible to win. And the confidence from that and the belief in myself just grew even more. And that's something that I was really, really proud of. It really depends. I've heard of a lot of athletes coaching themselves, and some people can't do it and some people can do it. Some people don't want to do it because they prefer somebody else to think for them and tell them what to do. And I think it really depends on the individual and what they've been through, and their knowledge about the sport. So if you can tick all those boxes, you have the knowledge, you have the ability, then if you want to give it a go, why not? But I was in situations that I wasn't happy about, and so I had to remove myself from that and put myself in a position that I was going to be very positive and happy as a person as well. I mean, there's so many ways that you can help a sport, so many ways that you can market a sport, so many ways that you think you can bring money into it. And I'm definitely not the financial advisor in world athletics. And I praise anyone who gives it a go to try and make it better, because there's no simple answer, I think. Of course, everyone wants more money, but at the end of the day, we have these people around to decide that for us. We have a lot of athletes in our sport. We have a lot of events in our sport. And it's just finding a way to distribute that evenly amongst everybody, to make it fair, to allow our sport to still run. Because I'm sure it's not a cheap sport to run, especially when you're putting on a world championships like this. So there's definitely decisions that need to be made that are far above my pay grade. Probably in Australia, but again, I mean, when there's a big event on, we go and watch it. So there's still fans there. It's just about getting that message out to the fans more so, and getting the right TV broadcasts on side to help market it as well. Because if people can't see it, they don't know it's on. And that's the main thing. They've got to be able to see it. They've got to be able to see it consistently so they don't forget about it. Because in this day and age, everyone's attention span is like 3 seconds. So if you can't capture them in 3 seconds, it's gone. So it's just about putting our sport back on the map in Australia for us to be able to see and to be on. And with the results that we're getting, Paris was our most successful Olympic Games. These World Championships, we've got the biggest Australian team we've ever had. We've got some real champions coming through. So I think that's going to help with the publicity, pushing that story forward for the Australian public. Oh, look, I really hope not. It's a great stepping stone for a lot of developing athletes coming through as well. So I really hope it's not, and I'm glad that Glasgow have been able to put it back on the map again. Yes, it's a shortened program, but again, it's still happening, and it's still giving something athletes to look forward to, and especially those developing ones coming through as well. So hopefully it sticks around. That's a really hard question to answer, and I think we're all human and we all have a right to an opinion. It's just when and where you do it. Is it the right place to do it? I'm not the person to answer that, but away from sport, we are people as well, and I guess we deserve to say what we want to say. But yeah, that's all I can mention about that. Thank you. Okay, this one more.
India has Yara Ji. She's a fine hurdler.
But I think if you have that belief in yourself to keep pushing, to keep training, you can't expect it to be easy, because it's not. Even for me and Christian, who's the other ambassador, it's not easy, and you have to work hard, but you have to be passionate about what you do. And you have to rock up the training with a purpose and that motivation to do everything right. And if you don't have that, then it's not the place to be. But if you do have it, just keep pushing yourself, keep believing in yourself, and hopefully one day you'll get there.